Hi, I'm Ling Yuan, Applications Scientist at LI-600. Today, I'm going to talk about cleaning your LI-600. The LI-600 is designed for preventing dirty stuff get inside, but it depends on your working environment. If you see dust and debris accumulate on the outside, eventually something may get inside. For example, if you are working in a very dusty environment, and after active use over a long term or over busy field season, it will not be a bad idea to clean the instrument, either on the outside or open the instrument and to clean the internal parts. If you do have some dust or debris accumulate on the parts, that may affect the instrument performance. For example, if there's some debris accumulates on the quantum sensor here, so your measured quantum light intensity, like in your data file, the measured data may be smaller than the actual light intensity outside. Like if something remains on your gasket, that may cause some leak. And another example is like if something stays on the fluorometer, that may cause like the light intensity you achieve is not what you expect. You may have a lower light intensity than your target, or you may have uneven saturating light or modulation light. So another example is like if you have something like block the barcode window, the barcode scanner may become kind of not so sensitive. So in that case, you may have some issue scanning your barcode ID. So this may some effect if some parts of the instrument get dirty. So if you see some of these signs, that may a good sign for you to make some cleaning, either only the outside cleaning or consider the internal parts cleaning. First, I will point out what tools that are needed. So it's you will need a small screwdriver, a couple of foam swab. It's helpful to have a pair of tweezers as you remove the screws. Since the screws are so small, it's help use the tweezers to pick the screws, and then you can collect all the screws in the little container and put them safely aside. And you may need a microfiber cloth. This is available in your accessory kit, so no worries if you couldn't find one. You should have it in your accessory kit. It's good to have like 3 little containers, so 2 for holding your liquid. So we will suggest you prepare 1 liquid like the isopropyl alcohol, and the other is the DI water. So you can use a container for each of the liquid, and another container for your screws as you remove them, so just in case you lose any screws. So for the first step to clean your instrument is to make sure the instrument is turned off. Always make sure the instrument is off before cleaning. After active use, dust or debris may accumulate on the instruments. Parts that may need to be cleaned include the IRT sensor. If you look into the aperture, you will see that IRT sensor, the gasket on the aperture, the aperture clamp, and the fluorometer, the quantum sensor. And then if you flip the instrument over, you will see the barcode window. If anything accumulates and you do feel they need to be cleaned, clean them, any of these parts as needed. So to clean them, you can use the foam swab. So let's talk about the IRT sensor and the fluorometer first. Okay. For clean the IRT sensor and fluorometer, you can use the foam swab and the IPA solution. So to access the IRT sensor easier, you can remove the clamp first, and the gasket, you should remove the gasket before you clean the IRT sensor. To remove the clamp, it does take some force, but you just need to pull straight out and that will come out. Okay, so set this aside, and then you just peel the gasket off. Okay, and then you can use the foam swab and wipe the foam swab with IPA. So it should be white, but not dripping for sure. So you can squeeze a little bit, and then you can clean the IRT sensor like this. Okay, then that's done. So for the fluorometer, you can use the same swab and IPA. You can clean the fluorometer optics like this. If something is needed to wipe the fluorometer, so we suggest you use the microfiber cloth to avoid any scratch. Okay. So that's the IRT sensor and fluorometer cleaning. For the clamp and the gasket and the quantum sensor and the barcode window, you can also use the foam swab, but don't use the IPA. Use the DI water instead. Okay, you can get it white but not dripping, and you can gently clean the gasket, and then you can clean the clamp. I already see some debris accumulate here, so you can use the foam gasket, your foam swab to clean. So it is clean now. Okay, it's a good job. And then you can also clean the quantum sensor and the barcode window like this. So for the gasket, if debris remains on the gasket, you can gently wash it in water and then completely dry it before reinstalling. Okay. Speaking of the gaskets, we have two types of gaskets available. One is this one, regular type, and the other is the one on my right hand. It is the one with more surface area. You can see the difference. Okay, this regular one is what we ship with every instrument. So everyone should have this one. So for this one, it is also available it is for users who are looking for a solution to leaf damage. You see, more surface area means less pressure. So yeah, as you can see, more surface area will sacrifice some seal performance. So you may have some leak, but it may be a solution for people who has bad leaf damage, or you may want to try this one. So part number for this one is 6360-355. For the regular one, their part number is similar, but this one is 6360-356. If your working environment is dirty after active use over a long term or field season, if something get inside, it's not a bad idea to open the instrument to clean the internal parts. So to open the instrument, you need to remove screws on the sides, on the shells. So a few screws on the sides, which I already removed. So you just slide the shells off like this. Okay, set it aside, and the other half. Okay, so 2 shells come off. So in the inside, I will talk about 2 parts. One is the RH sensors, which is behind the manifold. RH sensors is on this board. Okay, and the other part I want to talk about is the IRT sensor, which is this one. We already talked about cleaning the IRT sensor from the outside without disassembling the instrument. But if you do want to have a kind of a deep cleaning, you can open this apart and clean the IRT sensor that way. So I will talk about this in detail. So for the RH sensor, it is on this board. So to access the RH sensors, we need to remove 3 screws first, so that this part will come off. So to remove the 3 screws, evenly loose each screws a little bit every time. Then this part you can hold on the RH sensors board and take it off like this. So this whole part will come off. So please be noted, there are 2 gaskets in total. One gasket is in between this porometer housing and this RH sensors board. Okay. So for my situation, the gasket attached on the porometer housing, but it may attach to the RH sensor board. So it depends for each particular case. Okay. And the other gasket is in between the RH sensors and the manifold. We call this metal cover manifold plate. Okay. So you see on my instrument, this gasket is attaching on the RH sensors board. So yeah, again, in your situation, maybe the gasket can attach on the manifold plate. So it could be on the board or it could be on the plate. So you can set this manifold plate aside, and then you can remove the gasket. When you remove the gasket, we suggest you use the tweezer. Okay, and set this aside. So don't use your hand touch on the surface. So oil from your hand or any scratch on this board can affect the instrument performance. Okay. So to clean the RH sensors, you can gently clean the RH sensors in water. Okay. You can use the foam swab, but very gently. Be careful when you clean these RH sensors. So do make sure you clean the metal, the gold surface, any surface in contact with air. So like here, and on the other side, also on the metal part, golden surface, and also the electrical contacts. You will see 4 electrical contacts on the RH sensors board. So 2 on one corner and the other 2 on another corner here. So 4 electrical contacts. Okay. So on the photometer side, so you see there are, I will set this RH sensors aside first. So for on the photometer side, you see there are 4 groups of pins. So here, and here. So the electrical contacts should make contact with these 4 groups of pins. Okay. So that tells you the orientation of the RH sensor board. So when you put the RH sensor board back, so make sure the electrical contacts touch these 4 groups of pins. So make sure this side facing down towards the pins. Okay. And the other thing can tell you the orientation is these 2 poles machined on the photometer. So there are 2 poles on the photometer side, and then 2 holes for these 2 machine poles. Okay, so that helps you to align the RH sensor board to this photometer. Okay, so also there are 2 holes, this one and this one, for aligning with these 2 pins on the photometer housing. So when you put the RH sensors back, make sure the gaskets, these 2 gaskets, are in place, and make sure they sit in the slots securely. So they will help prevent leaks. If you have any leaks, so this gaskets will one of the things you want to check. So on the gasket, so one is already on the photometer housing. So then after cleaning, you can put this back on. So make sure these electrical contacts touch the pins, and these poles, machine poles, aligned to these holes. And then you can use again, it's good to use the tweezer to put it on the manifold plate, and then you can align with the 2 pins, and then put it back, and then put the 3 screws back, so the RH sensor is back. So to clean the IRT sensor, you will need to remove these 3 screws. So the same screwdriver and the same screws. I think it's off. You can use tweezer. These screws are all the same, so it will not cause any problem if you mix them and put them in the same container. Okay, and this metal cover will come off, and you can put it aside. You can use the foam swab with IPA. Wipe it, and clean it like this. So that's how you can do a kind of a deep cleaning on the IRT sensor. Then just put the cover back, the RH sensor back, and then put the shells back. If any dust accumulate on the vents, you can clean them, use compressed air. That's about cleaning the LI-600. We have other resources and other videos on our support website. Please feel free to watch them and check them out. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact technical support.